Away from agriculture, let's talk about, let's just talk about it. President Akufo-Addo, in a recent interview with international news network Al Jazeera, controversially said the rights of lesbians, gays, bisexuals, and transgender persons in Ghana could still not be guaranteed under the laws of Ghana because there's been no change in our laws to reflect that. He was of the view that the laws could be amended if there is a demand for it. Well, that pressure appears to be coming up now. The global campaign group Human Rights Watch has petitioned the IGP, demanding protection for members of the gay and lesbian community in Ghana. The group wants the IGP, David Asante-Apietu, to ensure their fundamental human rights are safeguarded. In the studio with me are two gentlemen, Magdalene Kobna and Agomo Atambere. They are members of the LGBT Speakers Bureau. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, now let me find out from you first of all, are you both gay?
No, the Speakers Bureau is not. It does not deal with sexuality. It's just people who believe in LGBTI rights,
Okay.
and so speak for the issues and then answer the questions. It's a trained people actually to professionally answer questions that people have regarding LGBTI issues.
Okay, so you are not gay. You are not gay. Or you are, but you can't say it here. I'll understand if you can say it here, really.
Okay. As to whether we are gay or not, I don't think that has any relevance to our advocacy.
It's interesting for people to get to know who you are, and then they will be able to. It's easier to convince people of your cause if you are a part of the cause, if you understand what it means, and that's where the relevance is. But you have a reaction?
I have something to say about
Very
that.
well. Please go ahead.
I don't think it's easier or harder. The thing is this, as people fight for their rights, you don't have to be part of an oppressed group necessarily to fight for people who are oppressed. Okay. So when people are fighting for the rights of black people in the United States and they are going on marches, you see white people there, but they are not black. But they understand that black people are oppressed and then they have to fight for them. So getting back to you again, it's no big deal.
You don't think it's relevant whether or not you are a part. We could debate that on and on, but let's just get to business now and talk about, you speak about right.
Yes.
So for example, when you compare it to the blacks fighting for their human rights.
Yeah.
I'm a human being.
Yes.
And if my fellow human being is being allowed, for example, to sit in a car, I should be also allowed to sit in a car. So then you can see a clear discrimination line there.
Exactly.
But when you talk about LGBT rights, exactly what are you asking for? Because you're human, those who are, so I'm saying you're human because you're not gay. So those who are gay, those you're speaking for, they're human.
Yes.
Nobody has taken away their human rights from them. So what kind of rights are they asking for?
People are actually taking their rights from them.
Tell us about
it. If people weren't taking their rights from them, we will not have to be here talking about it.
You tell us about it.
Okay, here's the thing. If I get beaten, what do? I go to the police.
Right.
Write a statement. What happened? Who? Straight. You go there, they find the person, charge the person, take the person to court, and then justice is served to me. But people in the LGBT community cannot do that.
Okay.
Because someone says, or let's say the person is home, someone comes to accuse you of something, beats you up and says, oh, because you are gay, then the whole community is against you. And you can't go to the police. But when you go to the police, they ask you, are you gay? If you say you are gay, you're in trouble.
Okay.
So you don't get help.
You have examples of this happening?
We have lots of examples.
That people have gone to the police and the police ask them about their sexual orientation.
Yes, all over the country, people are afraid to go to the police because of their sexuality.
Okay.
It happens a lot.
Because if I beat you now,
yes,
because I think you're gay and I don't like it and I beat you, I am wrong.
Yes.
You should be able to tell the police that he beat me up. Now, if the police says he beat you up, we're going to take him on.
Yes.
I don't think your sexuality should really matter.
It shouldn't matter. Ideally, that is what it should be for us. It shouldn't matter at all. You should just be free to report cases irrespective of your sexuality. But it matters here for people.
Okay.
At the
so what you're
station.
asking for now is?
Yes.
Is tell us.
All we are asking now is please treat everyone with respect. Apply the human rights rules we have in our books evenly to everyone.
Okay.
Do not cut some people off. And I think he would have a lot to say about it.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, I think in terms of experience, we've had experiences where people report cases to the police, and then immediately the issue of your sexuality comes out. The police forgets about the issue being an assault. The police forgets about the issue being
an infringement on your rights.
On your right.
And they focus on your sexuality.
And then they focus on the sexuality.
Okay.
There are times where the victim and the perpetrator are all put in a counterback or what in the cells, and they ask people come and bail them, and people have to pay monies to actually get people out of these places because of the fear that people have that based on the kind of sexuality. And then the challenge we've had is that most people based on the current laws and the current environment, and so they exploit people, even set traps like for gay men, and then get them beaten and humiliated and dehumanized and other things. And sometimes you think, okay, the police will be there to support or to fight for you, because it is not about you being gay, it's about you being dehumanized, it is about you being abused, it is about the issues that are
some form of criminality being done there. But you're saying that the police has not been helpful in this regard. Now the IGP has issued, they issued a statement and they put out, the police numbers are there. They say that if anything like that happens, you should give them a call. It gives you enough confidence?
Oh yes, for us it gives confidence, but then whether it goes down to the northern region and where who is listening to the IGP is also another thing. We've had situations where people just here in Lima, so people were beaten, people were put on table like the Sharia law, and was caned with a cane, giving several lashes.
Do you know what happened to that particular story? What happened? How did it end?
It was reported, and that is it. It ended because you don't have confidence in terms of who is handling the story, and then you are not being treated with that dignity and respect. And then even when it comes to the women's rights issues, when people are victims are treated with some they are treated in such a way that you build their confidence to be able to stand the trial, the process. But then in the LGBT cases, it looks like immediately you are accused of being a gay person, you're
beaten up. But let me just find out from you. We need to have a clear distinction between being assaulted, physically assaulted, someone beating you up, someone or being criminal to you, and you yourself being something that the law of the country says is illegal. Okay, so we need to have a clear distinction. Where are you? You get what I mean? So as LGBT, what's the word again? Speakers Bureau, we need to be clear that, don't you feel that people will think that you are supporting an illegality?
The speakers do not support an illegality. What we believe is that LGBT people are human beings. For us, we believe that no community that we speak for, people belong to the churches, people belong to the mosque, people belong to any social group. And so we don't see supporting, and we are not like kind of recruiting or saying, come and join LGBT movement.
But you're speaking for them.
But we're speaking because we think that no one wants to speak. Like when this call came actually to speak, everyone we try to get on this platform.
They were reluctant.
No. Even there were people who promised to be here, and then they said at the last minute said they can't come. Just because immediately you speak for the issue, then it's like you are demonized. Your friends call you.
No. But first of all, I need to be frank with you, and you need to be fair to the people who say that, because first of all, as far as we are concerned here in Ghana, our laws say it's wrong. Our laws say it's illegal. So obviously nobody wants to be openly associated with something that's illegal. But you do have a point when you say that, because violence, attacks anywhere should be condemned, should not be allowed. So that's why I find your position as a very delicate one, because you're speaking for a group that seems to be doing something that majority of people in society seem to frown on. Secondly, the laws of the country says is wrong, even though the people are themselves being wronged. So how do you navigate this very delicate position? I don't know. You have some thoughts? No, you've spoken enough. Let him come in and then we'll bring you in.
No, I just want to help with the answer, because you know, there is an issue about identity. Being identified as an LGBT is not a crime. It is the act of sodomy that's a crime. Okay, so if people get you beaten because you are walking on the street and you are effeminate, and or you are behaving like a gay man or something, and then you are attacked, that is wrong.
That I have said, I have established
so
that is wrong.
Act. And there are people who have the identity but then do not even engage in the act. It's unfortunate that most of the discussions are usually narrowed to sexual acts. And then, but then the identity has nothing to do with sexual acts, because it is a life of people, and then
that's where you stand. You had a point to make.
Yes, we talked about supporting illegality. We have laws in this country that say that you should respect everybody and treat people right. So when our officers, for instance, straight up to the president, when they're taking their oath of office, they take the oath that they'll do good to all manner of people, irrespective of ethnicity, sexuality, gender, whatever. So it is this oath of commitment to hold each other accountable for each other, to be there for each other. This is what we want our society to be like. So it's not about illegality. People have their sexuality, it is their thing.
Yes, so no, hold on. That is where I need to make this clear. It is an illegality. If the law says, if I hit you, I have done wrong, and the law can take me on.
Yes.
If I hit you, I have done wrong, the law should take me on. And if the law describes anything as an illegality, it is illegal until a court of competent jurisdiction establishes that it is not.
You're talking about illegality here, and I don't get where you are getting this illegality from.
Okay. You know what the law of Ghana says about homosexuality?
Tell me, enlighten us.
Oh, you don't know? You don't know. So why are you talking if you don't know?
Let me tell you, our law.
Because now we have an
so
issue
I'm telling
here. The issue is that
when we said repeal the 1041B, 1041B doesn't talk about homosexuality. It talks about natural canon knowledge.
Yes.
And it's not necessarily the same as homosexuality.
So you can say that, but I'm not a lawyer, and I cannot go into all of those details.
I'm not a lawyer either.
Yes, but the point is that you are dealing with a social psyche. A social psyche that doesn't work for your cause, and that's the point that I want to. That's the point that we should come from with this discussion. So first of all, the law. So you can be arrested. People have been arrested for having what the law says is unnatural carnal knowledge.
What the law said is unnatural carnal knowledge, and there are so many interpretations of it, and you can swing it the way you want.
No, I'm not swinging it. So, I need to be sure.
Anybody.
Now, we've come here to talk about gay, LGBT persons and the attacks that are made up. So, yes, so let's focus on that. But you focus on that without shying away from the fact that the law says that thing is wrong. That's a different debate. You understand?
That's where I disagree with you. You keep saying that thing. And natural carnal knowledge is not necessarily the same as homosexuality. And even if you are to equate it to homosexuality, what do you mean by unnatural carnal knowledge? And that could apply to a lot of people too. But that's not what we are talking about here. We are talking about human rights of people who are being violated because of their gender.
Definitely.
And then
so my question was, how do you navigate as people who speak for such people who are being attacked?
Yes.
How do you navigate that delegate? So I'm asking you how you're dealing with it.
So how we are dealing with it,
in a society where the psyche isn't necessarily for you.
that is what we are talking about right now, that you have to respect people irrespective of gender, as our rules say. That is how we navigate it.
Okay.
And when the Human Rights Watch published their report, and they said they want 104.1b repealed, this is the biggest stumbling block to the LGBT community.
Okay.
And it is actually very hard to apply. Hardly do you get anyone being convicted of unnatural carnal knowledge. People do get convicted of sodomy and stuff, but hardly do you get people convicted of 104.1b. So if it is there and it's not serving much purpose to people who want to use it to convict LGBT people, then why is it there?
Oh, no, but repealing it is really not the focus.
Yes, so that is how we are navigating it, is by advocating for
repeal of it. Okay,
exactly.
very well. I've run out of time officially. We could have gone on and on with this conversation, but let me take your final words. That's the IGP's response.
Yes.
That if you have any such issues, or people being attacked, etc., call this number. Give you any comfort. He's answered.
Yes, it gives me a lot of comfort, but we want the message to get down through all of the police hierarchy,
Okay.
to the last man on the street, probably directing traffic or taking cases at the police station. We want it to get to the last person. And as well, we want it to get to every citizen in this country that human beings, once they exist, have rights.
Okay.
So do not hurt people because of their perceived gender or sexuality. So this is a good place to start, and we are really grateful for what they are
Very
doing.
well. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you.
You have any final words?
Well, I just think that, I always quote the former president, the ambassador of the United States here, who said that minority rights also count, and sometimes we should look at the minorities in society and not only the majority, because then we'll not have a very harmonious society. So for me, I think that it's better that we don't just look at what the majority thinks and what the majority believes in and what the majority do, but then we should look at how do we support minority groups so that issues from the minority will not affect the majority.
Okay.
And that's what.
We perhaps should have another time to have a lengthier discussion about this. Thank you very much for coming, gentlemen. Magdalene Kobina and Agomo Atambiri. They are LGBTs. They're with the LGBT Speakers Bureau.